Guinness. 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 Guinness.
Hello everybody, Merry Christmas. Before we start this very special podcast, we're going to split the G. Don't think you could get much closer really, could you? Anyway, welcome to a very special Christmas edition of the iDoctor UK podcast. I think we're on like episode 45 as well, which sort of is fairly significant because we've nearly done this for an entire year now. The guys at the Cross Sives up at Norton Leeds have been very kind to let us use this space, and I kind of feel like the Queen doing the Queen's speech, but I thought it'd be a good opportunity just to have a look back at the previous year, what we've achieved, and what we're going to do in the next 12 months. What have we done in last year? This year's actually been pretty big for the YouTube channel. Obviously, we got the 100,000 subscriber plaque trophy thing, which is brilliant. We've got a lot of videos what have done really well. We've pushed a lot more for the shorts, but everybody still tunes in to the tutorial videos, which is nuts to think that many people, like, we post a video and then like the first 24 hours there's about 1,000 people who tune into that straight away, which you guys are the main guys, the guys who watch the podcast. You guys watch us week in, week out, and we're so grateful for that. It really is mind-blowing the amount of people what sort of come back and watch me talk shit every week, or watch me tear down a phone, which I've done numerous times, twice a week for the last year as well. Drink some more Guinness. I hope that Santa brought you everything that you wanted. He certainly did in our house, and we've been very blessed this year. I don't know where I'm going with that next. We've been really fortunate to work on some projects that have been really exciting as well, so that's been cool. The Marketplace Monitor one, I know I've talked about it every week for God knows how many weeks now, but that's been my favourite project so far. Hopefully the secret project that I've been working on, I will be able to tell you more in the new year. But you've got to keep your eyes peeled. I can't tell anybody about it. I'm sworn to secrecy on it, but I promise you, I will tell you something about it in the new year when we're allowed to. Other than that, meeting the guys over in Serbia, that was really exciting. That was really good. I've never been fortunate enough to have travel paid for us, never mind going to another country on the other side of Europe. And like, if I'd have told myself that, in 5 years' time, when I started the business I'm talking about here, in 5 years' time, we're going to get to travel about, do this, do that, make stupid videos about phone repairing. Like, I'd have just been like, no, that's ridiculous. I don't know if I told you before, but I actually paid a woman to do like some coaching when the very first time that I started this business, about 6 months in. I knew that I wanted to make some videos, but I didn't know how to go about it. I tried to do some I was messing around with doing some stop motion stuff and time-lapse stuff, doing an iPad. I don't know if they're still on the channel, to be honest, but they are really old videos now, and they're probably not worth watching anyway. But at the time, I can remember just like being really unsure about doing the whole thing. So I paid this lass to just give me some coaching, some tips, and basically, the main thing that I'm not going to slate her at all, because it would like, she'd not done it a lot, she weren't very experienced, but one of the most important things that she told me then was that nobody actually cares. Like, they don't care what you sound like, they don't care what you're thinking, they don't really care what you're talking about. As long as you've got something interesting to say, most people will watch it. So that was 5 years ago. If she'd have said to me now, at that time, you know what though, in 5 years, nobody cares about all that. In 5 years, you're going to reach all these people, you're going to get to travel about, you're going to be part of all these really big projects. I'd have been like, yeah, fuck off. That's never ever going to happen. But it's mainly thanks to you guys who watch this that those things happen. So I am eternally grateful to every single one of you. Everyone who gets in touch, who sends a message. There was a guy who got in touch the other week who mentioned that he'd seen the podcast where I'm talking about my eBay shop. Still not sold any parts on there, by the way. But the eBay shop, obviously, that's a big thing. He'd got in touch and he's like, look, I want to buy parts from you. It's really good. Jody John, who comments on every single video without fail, we always appreciate you. And yeah, Like everybody who signed up for the Marketplace Monitor app, there were definitely Geordie John on there, Mandeep, Donny. I don't know if I'm meant to know who signs up to it, but when when somebody does sign up, you get an email, and I think if they're a business customer, then we're allowed to see it. If they sign up through their business, then I don't think GDPR rules apply. But don't quote me on that because I'm not expert level on that. I just try and keep things secret. But I don't think that those guys would mind me shouting them out in that way because it's not. I'm not being mean about them yet. Last shout out would be to Tai Wong. I think I told you what happened when we went down to Cardiff. There was a good drink up. That was a good little trip. It was funny. The food was unreal. I'll never forget that meal what we had down there. That were fantastic, and I can't wait to go to. I plan to go to China next year, but we're going to talk about the future soon. So yeah, all those people who've made everything happen. Steve at Replace Base, Sanjay from TechPoint, all the people who've appeared on the podcast this year, thanks to all of those. The other big thing what has helped us massively this year has been, I think, December last year, I made the leap and I've took Alex on full time. So he works 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, whatever. Right, that was daunting at the time because we definitely weren't making enough money from the YouTube stuff to pay that full-time wage. We are now, which is an absolute blessing. So he earns his money. He's happy, I think. Obviously, everybody always wants a pay rise, and that'll come in the future, but we're not talking about that on here. But yeah, I owe it to Alex for his consistency, putting these podcasts on every single week, every Sunday. I think, does it go on at 6? 6 p.m. every Sunday. Alex drops these podcasts. He is absolutely on my case every week for 2 videos, 2 repair videos. Like, there's no way that YouTube itself would have rewarded us with such good, loyal people if we weren't consistent because of that. Because I'm so easily fallen down a little rabbit hole of fixing stuff that it's sometimes hard to get myself out of that slump where I'm not recording videos, where I'm not creating the content, because that's down to me at the end of the day. I use like a little arm, I've shown you it before, and I use that arm and I do the recording. Alex sort of just monitors over it. But if I don't do that, then Alex ain't got work to do, and then we don't have videos to go out. So it is mainly down to Alex, who's sort of really pushed me to make sure that we're as consistent as we have been. And I think for the last year, I think we've done two videos a week, haven't we? 2 videos a week for the last year, and then the podcast, I think we're on about episode 45. So it's been mad. I'm hoping that I can keep going on that. Well, I'm going to keep going. Let's go into the future. I am going to keep going with these podcasts, no matter how many people watch them. I don't think many people watch the last couple, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to keep going, keep making these podcasts. I'm going to keep making repair tutorial videos. You might find that some of them in the next year might be a bit repetitive, something that I might have covered in the past. But obviously with the release of iOS 18, a lot of things have changed the way that we repair stuff. So like if we're replacing a camera, you now have to recalibrate it in the diagnostic option. Most people know about this now, and I might be teaching you how to suck eggs. Batteries have changed. We figured out exactly how to recalibrate batteries much better. Still not getting the non-genuine part warning on there. And then obviously screens. So we'll probably be working on doing those videos in the next 12 months and getting up-to-date versions of those out. Plus, working on like the latest releases. Obviously, there'll be early next year, we'll be on the Samsung S25 series. So that'd be good if we can get some videos of that in early, because lots of people like to see what's going on inside those phones. I still want to get out and about more, like doing different things. I've got some good ideas, like I've been doing the eBay stuff, going from like some challenges. So if anybody's got any ideas for a good challenge, like phone flipping challenge, I had an idea about flipping Apple Watches the other week. So I wanted to flip from like an Apple Watch to a Rolex or something like that. So I wouldn't mind getting more into them. But their videos, that might take 3 months to do that realistically, to generate the cash from flipping watches and repairing them and stuff. So I have got that in mind, that kind of video. But if you've got any other ideas that you want to see me do, like we're, as we discussed, in a pretty blessed position where we can. I've not got loads of money to chuck at it, but I have got a bit of cash where we can put into projects like that. So that'd be pretty cool. If we can do that, yeah, I want to make more of those type of videos. Also, Steve gave us a little tip off about going down to Southall, down in London. I wouldn't mind going down there and going and having a little tour around the markets there. You know what? I've just realised that I'm stood here in this stupid Christmas attire and I'm just rambling on like it's a normal podcast. So very strange. It was a slow start, but I've finally got into it. Other things that I want to do in the next year is I've got these big plans for a marketing agency, and I think I've mentioned it before, but I've got this core product, what is really good and fairly unique, and I'm pretty certain that nobody has actually thought of this yet. I'm not going to tell you about it on here, but I want to get that finished and I want to get it out to you guys because I trust that I'd like to get like a beta version of it out to some guys. It'd be free of charge, get it tested, and then see how it works from there. It's kind of like the repair CRM manager type things, but it's a lot more exciting than that, and it's got a lot more features that are useful rather than, if you look at, I don't want to slate Repair Desk, but it's just got that many features. It's more like if you were running 20 phone shops and you were the manager of it, Repair Desk would be great, but I find that it's too feature rich for people who've got independent shops. It's just too complicated. It's very difficult to get set up on it, whereas I want to create a product that is fairly simple to use, mainly targeted at people with one repair shop who are just looking for an easier way to manage it than writing customers' name on a piece of paper or using an Excel spreadsheet. It's just a slightly better product than that. So I wouldn't mind getting that out to you guys. Like sort of self-funding that, it's 100% independent. So it's taking a long time to get done. I want to go to China. I think summer next year, I plan a trip to China, and I would like, same as I was saying about those like phone flipping challenges, it'd be ideal if I could do one of those kind of videos every month. I don't think that the time would suit it, but in the same way we did those vlogs when we went to Serbia, not many people watch them, but that doesn't matter. I want to show you guys some stuff in Shenzhen. Probably do some training when we're out there because we've got some more plans to get some training out to you guys. So like some training courses for phone flipping would be great. Phone repairing, obviously you guys would really like that. But some additional stuff, just extra stuff, because there's so much that we can put out there to you guys. So loads of big ideas, whether they'll come about or not, it obviously depends on what mood I'm in that particular week. But yeah, we've got some good ideas. Hopefully another member of staff down at the shop. If you know anybody who's looking for a job in Sheffield, then hit me up because I'm desperate for somebody to replace me in terms of repairing in the shop. I want to go in and create content and build projects really. I want to take myself out of repairing stuff for people and just looking after the shop in general and making sure that the guys in the shop are happy, and then working on my own projects at the same time. So that is definitely something that I'm going to be, that's like priority number one, because I know that all the other things that I want to achieve are impossible without doing that, or at least in my head that's where I'm at. I think these are impossible unless I take myself away from the day-to-day running of things. I can't free up the time for those projects. So that's ambition number one. So if I'm still here running around stressed in February, there's something gone seriously wrong. And I need to kick up the ass, so leave me a comment in February if I'm still not on the tools all the time, but just like, I don't want to be doing it every single day and thinking, right, I've got to build my day around these 10 repairs that I need to do. So those 10 repairs and keeping customers happy are always the priority. And then any video stuff that I get around there, any other projects that I'm working on, all have to fit around that thing, rather than, okay, I'm gonna just jump in and help the guys because they're busy. That'd be much better. Alex says that now that I'm a businessman, that's what I need to do. So I suppose, yeah, it's growing and it's evolving, and the business has grown a lot faster than I thought it would. And I'm sort of still got that very, very small business mentality, that like startup mentality. And I need to move from that startup mentality to the small business mentality, where we can just figure out structure and build things so that it runs itself. Because if I wanted to sell the business like tomorrow, yeah, you can look at the figures and you can look at the numbers and we do all right. But realistically, if I wanted to sell it, it's worthless because I'm so integral to the business. At least I think I am. But it's true, it's hard to take me out because we've not got the good systems in place for somebody to come and buy it and run it, because it doesn't work like that. It's the Ollie show, which I don't like using that term, but it is, and I've built it that way, and it's come back to kick me in the ass. Right, last two things that I'm going to tell you about in the future, because we're looking at, when I'm thinking about it, we've got a busy year. We've got a little job, what we've been doing for the darts, and they've very kindly arranged for some tickets for the Premier League darts in Sheffield, so we're going to be going there. That's going to be exciting. Obviously, that's not work related. Sort of is, sort of isn't, but it's more of a leisure activity that'll involve Guinness and going to watch the darts. So that's pretty exciting. The guys are buzzed about that. Like, I don't know anything about sports, in all honesty. I know loads about repairing phones, but I always joke, like, they'll be talking about the football at weekend, and I'll be like thinking, how do you replace the front camera on an iPhone 13? And that's pretty much how my train of thought goes. So yeah, I'm not a massive sports fan, but I am excited to go and have a piss up, really. And yeah, Christmas do. Obviously, we've been on that because it's Christmas morning, Alex.
What do we talk about?
Listen, what goes on the Christmas do stays on the Christmas do. Right, if you want to talk about that transvestite who we caught Nathan snogging, right, I thought that was a secret, mate.
Right, so
Yeah.
mute that bit out.
Mute that bit out if you can. I don't know if software's going to break at that time, so don't talk about that, and don't talk about that time when Nate shit himself at dogs. Don't talk about that. Don't put that bit in, all right? We can make a deal now not to put that bit in, all right? Yeah, but yeah, it was a good Christmas do, because obviously this is Christmas morning. Berlin, that's the last thing. We're going to go to Berlin, 100%, like, sponsor or no sponsor. We relied too much on hopefully getting a sponsor and then got screwed by that guy at Grail Talent. I don't know if I've talked about it enough, but I'm half a Guinness in now. Let's spill the beans. This guy wanted absolutely ridiculous money. We wanted tickets to go to IFA at Berlin, right? We would have paid for travel, we would have paid for hotels. If we got that included, then that would have been a great bonus. But this guy wanted like massive fees for it, and he's like looking at, oh right, we need this, we need that. And I think it came out, we were asking for about $8,000 or something like that.
We were in Serbia a couple of years.
Yeah. He wanted 8,000 quid from from IFA for us to go and talk at this event as if we're like some celebrity, but obviously we're not. And they just laughed it off, and then it ruined everything really. So that's why we didn't go. That's why we didn't go there. Enough said about that, because we don't a spoiled relationship with anybody else in the future. But if you don't pay for us, if you charge daft money, then that's what you get. So yeah, that ended our relationship with Grail Talent. We'd made loads of plans because we were like sort of certain that we were going. We'd made all these plans to go and meet up with people and create some content. It just never happened, so it were really disappointing. I'd been banging on about it on podcast for a few weeks, and it made me look like a bit of a muppet and all, didn't it? Anyway, thanks again to everybody who's watched. I hope you have a very Merry Christmas. Thanks to Alex, thanks to Nathan, thanks to Cam, thanks to the Cross Eyes for making this happen. Yeah, have a great day. Enjoy Christmas. Don't drink too much, don't eat too much, and I'll see you in the new year.
Your dinner's ready.
Cheers, mate. See you this up.